Right then folks, so I'm Liam, I run LRS Exterior Cleaning. So this is going to be a video on an in-depth description and tutorial of how to start up a window cleaning business. There's going to be a cheap way and then there's going to be a slightly more expensive way, but two different methods of how you can clean a window. I'm going to go through how I do it and then I'm going to show you how I do it, and then we'll talk about what I prefer and whatever else. So yeah, this is going to be the window cleaning setup. And then coming soon, I've got a pressure washing setup. Obviously, the date today is early March. I think it's the 7th of March. So I'm getting the pressure washer out next Friday. So then I'll show you all how I set it up and stuff, and then we'll go into a video of how to pressure wash, what you need, basics pretty much. So yeah, without any further ado, we will begin with showing you what I have, how I do it, how it works kind of thing. Right then, so firstly what you need to do, this is the traditional method. So what we've got here is we've got a bucket, we've got an applicator, we've got a squeegee, we've got, this is not necessity, we've got some Unger liquid, but you can just use fairy liquid. There's only one way you can use this Unger liquid. You will need a microfiber cloth. This is to wipe down seals. You could also do some more cheaper cloths to wipe down all the frames. So obviously these bits can get a bit grubby. Yeah, you want a cheaper microfiber cloth. So you can just put your applicator on and then wipe them all down. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to use this Unger liquid, and then I'll show you how to use the fairy liquid as well. So firstly what you need to do is you need to fill this up just a little bit, not too much, about 4 or 5 litres or so. So I'll quickly do that. Right then, so as you can see, I've filled up with water. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put some of this Unger liquid in. So you mix, what you do with this is different to fairy liquid. So with Unger liquid, it's 1 to 100, as you can see at the bottom there. 1 to 100. So for 4 litres you put 48 ml in. Now, I haven't got a measuring jug, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and put that much in. So only a little bit, not too much. Close the lid up, give it a little shake around, put your applicator in, give it a little whirl around, like so, and then you're basically ready to go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to clean the window. Now a quick note, I did not use pure water just then, that was just tap water, an outside tap. So an outside tap, 4 litres, 48 ml of Unger liquid. You give it a little mix with your applicator and you're ready to go. So I'm going to clean the window now, and then we'll do it in slow motion and describe to you exactly how I do it, okay? So firstly what you want is your applicator. You're going to give it a nice quick soaping. Like so. Grab your squeegee. What I always do is I cut it. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it and talk you through what I do. So, to begin with, you grab your applicator, make sure it's nice and soapy. As you can see, it is soapy, it's dripping with water, nice and soapy. So you come right to the window, right over, just give it a good old soap. So just make sure you scrub. You don't need to be too hard, just enough. To make sure the window is fully soaked up. You don't want to miss any bits because otherwise your squeegee will get stuck in places. So I'm going over this twice, just so you can be sure. Right, hopefully you can see now that window is nice and soapy. So put the applicator back, and you're going to grab your squeegee, right? So what I like to do is I like to prime it first, so you get the rubber nice and wet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just gently dab across the window, make sure my rubber comes nice and wet, and then I'm going to start cleaning, okay? So just watch what I do. So I'm just going to go a little like that. Squeegee is now nice and wet. grab the applicator again, just go over the patch. And now we're ready to start. So, I like to use the fanning method because if I go down and down, I will have a bit of window I've already cleaned and that will leave rainbow marks. So, if your squeegee, for example, is 14 inch and you know that its window is bigger than 14 inches, but you know that it's not exactly double 14 inches, which is 28 inches, then you can't go down twice. You want to use the fanning method. So, this is how you use the fanning method. You start there, okay? Put your squeegee on the window, pull up, rotate, come across, rotate again, come down. You should feel it just pressing on the side of the window. Rotate, keep rotating. It's a slow rotation. Right, I'm down at the bottom now. I'm going to come across, I'm going to turn and come all the way back up so that I can reach the top of the mountain. Rotate again, come down, and when I get to the bottom I should just be able to close off like that. So that is how you clean a window. Now after you've done that, it is important that if you're using fairy liquid or anything like that, you don't want any drips coming down because it will leave streaks. Okay, so you grab your microfiber cloth, run it across top and sides. Okay, and then you won't have any runoff. To clean the frames, all you need to do, put your applicator on, give it a nice little run. Obviously you do the whole way around if they're dirty, but these ones are actually nice and clean. So you do it the whole way around, you grab your microfiber cloth, and you just wipe it. This is the cheaper microfiber cloth. This one is used for frame. This one can be used on glass and it won't leave any streaks. So that is basically how you clean a window. I'll go through it one more time with you. You grab your applicator, dunk it in the water, make sure it's nice and soaked. Just squeeze it off. You don't want to have too much water on there. Yep, applicators are ready to use. Just smother the whole window in soap. Now what you want is, you want a consistency where it's not running off. So as you can see, all my bubbles are staying there, they're not running down. Grab the squeegee, like I say, you prime it, but this is already wet. So just to prime it, you just go along a little bit and then re-applicate again. So start here, work your way upwards, come across, rotate slightly, rotate again, come all the way down to the bottom, rotate, come across, turn your squeegee upside down, all the way to the top, just grab all the soap, right back down to the bottom. I will be doing another review of squeegees because this is just an Amazon one. I mean, it's Unger, it is from Unger. I bought it from Amazon as a kit. I have got a belt as well, but I'm obviously not using it because I'm here at the ground. If I'm using a ladder, I have a belt on my side, so I stick squeegee and applicator in. You will also need a scraper. Now, this is a blade, it's very sharp, you don't want to use your fingers anywhere near it, don't touch it. Okay, so I can't really show an example here. In fact, I might be able to. So if we come to this window, as you can see, we've got pallet furniture. There's just a little mark there. Before you use this, it's very important, you want to go over the patch with the applicator first. So just a little, like that. Now this mark might come off. It hasn't, which means I need to use my scraper. So with the application of the soap on, you just go nice and gently, just push up and it will come off instantly. It's all stains, paint marks, anything off. That is how you clean the traditional. I'm now going to move on to the pole method, which is what I have been using for a long time. And if you've got a small van, traditional is the way to go, to be honest, because you can stick ladders on your roof, have a nice rack, and all you need is this bucket to fit in your back. Now, I will come around and I'll show you my pole setup in the van. Right then, so if we open the van door, you will notice it's a bit of a mess in here. I've got my gutter vacuum poles, Synergy Clean Pro, and then I've got my barrels of water. This is pure water. This has to go through a filtration unit at your house, which you keep and you'd filter water, but it does take a bit of time. If not, you can find a spotless water filling station, which if you type in spotless water on Google, it will come up and you'll be able to see your nearest location. So what I will do is I will put water into my facelift Big Boy Backpack 2. This is not an ideal setup, but it's what I've got for now because I offer so many services, I need the space in the van. So Big Boy Backpack 2, fill it up with water, and then the hose from the backpack goes straight into my hose reel. My hose reel comes all the way around, connected into my pole over the other end. All you have to do is turn the pump on and you're ready to go. Right then, so now we've got our pump set up, we've got water in the backpack, which is our pump. We've got the hose reel, we've got the water fed pole. All we need to do is turn the pump on. Before we start, always want to look at the window. Now this one has got lead just in the middle, which can cause problems when cleaning. So these ones are very different. From the windows around the back, all you need to do is you start at the top, you scrub the frame all the way along, down the side, frame again, up. Okay? And then move on to the glass. So I'll do a quick run through of that now. So the water's on, we're just going to run through the frame. Okay? Start here, scrub nice and easily. Frames all done. We'll move on to the glass now. Obviously I said these are lead, so it's a bit of a different cleaning style. Once you run through the window, like so, that glass is now clean. All you have to do is rinse. Always start with the frame. Just rinse all of it down. As you can see, I'm rinsing the frames first. Get all the muscle. Sometimes it will fall onto the window and you'll notice it. So then you start rinsing the window. Okay? Nice even rinse. Right, okay then, it's time to run through what our equipment is. So this is a Gardner CLX 22, which means it's a 22-foot pole, which will extend up to 3 stories high windows. As you can see, if I just point you up a little bit, I can now reach the very top of that window. That will obviously, you've got 2 more sections you can extend to. So you can quite easily clean 3-story high windows. That is the pole. The brush is also what comes with the pole from Gardner. Obviously this one's now getting a bit on, so I need to replace it very soon. We've then got the push fit fittings from the hose, so it comes all the way up here, just pushes into this clip, all the way down the pole, and it comes out the other end. Okay, so that is the pole setup. Before we move on to the hose, you can pick up these poles for around £200. Obviously this is the Gardner one. You can pick up a cheaper one, you can pick up a more expensive one. This is perfect, to be honest, for window cleaning. Absolutely perfect. You don't need any longer. The brush is fine. The pole's a nice weight. It's not too heavy. It's a really nice pole. So next up, we've got this hose reel. Now this is a 100-meter hose reel. This is from Pure Freedom, and I've got this second hand off a window cleaner. This is quite a bargain, to be honest. I managed to get this and a 400-litre tank, which is going to go in here from next week for the pole system. So I'm going to use water-fed pole as my main system, and then have the traditional also in the van at the same time, so I can do my regular traditional cleans as well. This is honestly a great hose. It's easy to pull out. It's not electric, so all you have to do is just reel it in by hand. Honestly, this will save you a lot of time. Most of the time, like with this backpack, you get a hose that's 10 meters long. It gets you started. I'll quickly just show you what that is now. So that is a 10-meter hose. I know it's a bit all over the place. But that is what comes with a backpack as a setup. That will connect there, that's a hose lock straight into the backpack, and then the other end will go straight into your pole. And yeah, that's what will get you started, to be honest. Got me started. I had that set up for about 3 months, 4 months. So I had the backpack, which I was carrying around the job because I've only got 10 meters of hose. Had that, goes up the pole, extends nicely, you got a bit of space, but obviously you're carrying around 20 to 30 kilos of water the whole job. If you can afford the hose, it's definitely a purchase that I'd make. It is just, it saves a lot of time. All you have to do is pull it out, turn your pump on, and you're away to go. Obviously, other than that, you've got to fill up as well. But like I said, I've got my tank coming. So I have a 400 litre tank in the back, and I've got a shore flow pump and a pump controller which will be connected to a battery, a leisure battery in the back of the van. Had the same hose reel, same pole, same system, to be honest. It's just instead of the backpack, which I have to take out and charge, I've got a constant system which I can just fill up with water, runs off a battery, we're good to go. So this is my pump, what I use at the minute. Like I say, it's a big boy backpack too. So this is what you've got. So you've got your charging port there, which it comes with. You've got your power switch, so you've got 1 bar power, 2 bars, which is more power, and you've got your pressure. So when I'm window cleaning, I tend to put it on 1 and turn this up half a turn, like that, okay? That's what I use when I'm window cleaning. Obviously, you can use this for other jobs, you can use this for fascias, etc. It's a great bit of kit. This will get you going. This is about £200, under £200 I think, and it will make your money back faster than you can think of. I'm going to keep mine. Mine is staying full gutters and fascias to clean them. So yeah, it's going to stay with me. But like I said, we're going to have a tank here, a 400 litre tank with this pure water in it. It's going to go about, it's going to stick out to about there. So this is my new pump, Shore Flow. I picked this up second hand. This came with a hose as well as the tank, which the tank is now just waiting to be cleaned. It's somewhere else in the lockup. It needs to be cleaned out, so that's my job for this week. I'm going to pressure wash the inside of it, stick a bit of bleach in there, rinse it all out, make sure it's nice and clean, and then we'll be good to go. But this is, like I say, a budget setup. So you've got your pole method and your traditional method, and you now know how to use them. Right then, so the next stage is to show you how I filter water at my house. So behind me here on this black plank of wood, we've got a reverse osmosis system. This cable, the blue cable, would go onto your hose. So you'd have your garden hose tap, which would come all the way in here, straight onto there, and then you'd plug in and you'd have all of this set up in place. So the blue one that comes out of the resin goes straight into your container, or you have an extension and you go outside into an IBC, which obviously stores up to 1,000 litres, so you're never out of water. Like I said, at the moment I'm struggling a little bit because I'm having to fill up 4 containers using this way, because I've got an IBC now. It's also with the tank that I'm putting in the van. So it goes on this table, this goes into the container and it fills up. Now it takes about an hour to fill up a 25 litre container. I have been filling up at Spotless water stations sometimes, but when I'm at home, this is just, I just leave it on, go do something else for an hour and come back and change over containers. Right then, so as we said about the pricing, the water fed pole system, if you're looking to go fully budget, all you need is you need a pole, a brush and a backpack and some water containers. That's all you need to start a water fed pole business. You need 4 containers which you can fill up at Spotless water, or you can buy one of these systems. As long as you've got all of that, you're fine. You can just put the water into the backpack, turn the backpack on, make sure it's all connected, pole, and you're good. As I said, that will start you off. You will have that, you'll be able to carry the backpack around, put your water in it, take it, do the work, come back to your van, put it all back in there, and then you're good to go. Now that will start you for around about £350, I guess, around there. I don't think you'll be spending much more than that. And obviously you can upgrade over time, which is what I'm currently doing. So I then bought the hose reel. I then get the backpack in the van, use that, so I don't have to carry it about loads. Basically budget of how to use a window cleaning setup. Okay, now traditional, you can start traditional for £50. I'd say £50. You can buy the younger kit, which is the one I showed you. That was £50.99 on Amazon. If you've got a ladder, great, you can get started straight away. If not, you've got to buy a ladder. You can buy them second hand at Facebook Marketplace, but I'd always advise to buy new. So you can go to B&Q and buy a triple 8 rung extension ladder, a Werner one. Be £200 for the ladder, and you'd have £50. So yeah, that will get you going. All you need is that kit, a ladder, bit of practice, do it on your own windows, you know, learn how to, the technique of the squeegee. I didn't show you actually how to use fairy liquid. So if you're using fairy liquid, instead of mixing in the tank, so you don't put the water in, then the liquid, then shake it about and use this to stir it kind of thing, you don't need to do that. All you need to do is fill it up with water, dunk this in the water, and then you want to put, you have your fairy liquid there, and you just run a nice line across that side, turn it over, across that side, and then you can start using it on the windows. That's all you need to do with fairy liquid, which is different from the Unger liquid. Right, so back on track. So yeah, you can start your traditional window cleaning with under £100. Let's say under £100, you could start traditional window cleaning. You could door knocking, leafleting, Facebook advertising, posting your local Facebook groups. It's what I did. Yeah, you can grow that way. Just get out there, just practice on your own windows, and you'll honestly get the technique in a few days. To be honest, you'd probably get it in a few hours if you really wanted to learn. To begin with, you're not going to have that many customers, so developing customers is the main point of progress. Traditional is a great budget way. If you've got very low money, start this way. And if you've got a bit to spend, definitely go water-fed pole. Honestly, water-fed pole is my main way to clean a window, excuse me. If I've forgotten anything, it will be after this clip, and I'll be on my laptop and be like, oh, I didn't say that. So you'll see that in just a second. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please leave a like. Obviously this takes time out of my day to make these videos, and I just want to try and help everyone, build a community of people trying to build up their business and help everyone as much as I can. Please leave a like and subscribe. This is the safest way and easiest way to start a business in exterior cleaning. So yeah, thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one.